It's almost 3 in the morning. You've been lying here for hours. You're exhausted, genuinely exhausted, but your mind won't switch off. It just keeps going. It's restless with all kinds of random thoughts. Tomorrow's list of to-dos, your stressful work schedule, that thing you said to a friend, the clock ticking closer to the alarm. And here's the part nobody tells you. It's probably not your mattress. It's not the caffeine, or the screens, or whether you did your sleep hygiene right. The reason you can't fall asleep might be something much simpler, a rhythm your brain is stuck in. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to change it. If you've lived with this for a while, you know it isn't really about one bad night. It's the pattern. It's waking at 3 a.m. like clockwork and staring at the dark. It's the dread when you see how few hours are left. It's dragging yourself through the next day running on empty, snapping at the people you love, feeling foggy-headed at work, reaching for caffeine just to stay upright. And you've probably tried all sorts of things. Of course you have. Melatonin that left you groggy or just stopped working. Sleep apps that track everything and fix nothing. White noise. Perhaps meditation you were too wired to focus on. Maybe pills you didn't love the idea of taking. Now this is what I want you to hear. None of that was your fault. Those tools mostly aim at the symptoms, the racing thoughts, the tension. Almost none of them touch the actual thing underneath, the electrical rhythm your brain settles into when it's time to sleep. Or doesn't. That's what I want to talk about. Your brain runs on rhythm. Right now, as you're listening, it's producing tiny electrical waves, and the speed of those waves changes depending on what you're doing. When you're alert and problem-solving, they're fast. That's beta. When you relax, that pleasant, drifting, I could close my eyes feeling, they slow into alpha. Slower still is theta, light sleep, dreamlike, the edge of drifting off. And the deep, restorative sleep your body is starving for? That's delta, the slowest of all. Now, here's the part that matters. Your brain does something remarkable. It tends to fall into step with a steady rhythm it's given. Give it a slow, gentle, repeating pulse, and it tends to follow, easing down from fast and frantic toward slow and restful. Researchers call this entrainment. You can think of it as a gentle nudge in a direction your brain already wants to go at night. The idea of brainwave entrainment, that the brain settles into step with a steady rhythm by synchronizing its dominant frequencies with strong external rhythms, has been studied for a number of years, with several competing schools of thought developing. There are those who espouse binaural beats, monaural beats, isochronic pulses, visual strobes, and those who dismiss these phenomena altogether. The producers of the MindLullaby attempt to take the underlying principle and make it work the way real people relax and sleep, on their own speakers, without the need for headgear, wrapped in peaceful music they can actually relax to. So the obvious question is, if this is known, why doesn't every sleep audio do it? Most of them try, with something called binaural beats, which can work for some people. But binaural beats have two real problems. One, they only work through headphones. The effect depends on playing two slightly different tones, one in each ear, and letting your brain manufacture the beat in the middle. No headphones, no effect. Try sleeping in headphones all night. Most people can't. Two, because your brain has to construct that beat, it's an indirect, fragile signal. It's a whisper of a rhythm, not the rhythm itself. MindLullaby uses a different approach, one most of the market skips. Instead of two tones your brain has to reassemble, The gentle pulse is built directly into the sound you hear. It's called isochronic, a clean, evenly spaced pulse, layered under soft, warm music. The rhythm is right there in the audio. Your brain doesn't have to reconstruct anything, which means two things. It works through any speaker, your phone on the nightstand, a pillow speaker, earbuds if you like, but you don't need them. And because the pulse is delivered directly, it's a clearer, steadier signal for your brain to settle into. That's the whole idea. A direct, gentle rhythm, wrapped in music that's actually pleasant to fall asleep to, designed to help your mind ease down from that 3 a.m. spin toward rest. This is the MindLullaby. It's 3 audio programs, each built for a different moment. Sleep, the slowest, deepest pulses, designed to walk your mind down toward rest. Relaxation, for winding down in the evening or any time the day gets loud. Stress relief, for those wound-up, can't-sit-still moments when you need to come back to yourself. Each program is a journey, not a loop. It begins where you are, music with some warmth and movement to it. Styles such as orchestral, ambient, new age, and easy listening, to name a few. Featuring strings, piano, angelic choirs, or whatever the moment calls for. Then, piece by piece, it settles. Each track a little slower than the one before, a little quieter, a little less going on. The energy draining out of it by degrees, the way tension leaves your body when you finally stop fighting it. And underneath all of it, the pulse is doing the same thing. Not in steps, but as one long, unbroken slowing. A continuous descent from where your mind is now toward where you want it to be. The music steps down. The rhythm glides down. Together, they walk you there. And I'm not just going to describe it. Let me show you. Because this is the part the headphone-only crowd literally cannot do. First, I'll play a brief sample of isochronic pulses so you can hear for yourself what these rhythmic beats sound like. You just heard those beats on whatever you're listening on right now. No headphones necessary. That's what makes the difference. The term isochronic comes from Greek words that basically translate into equal time. A pulse that arrives at perfectly even intervals, steady and predictable. And that evenness is the whole point. A rhythm your brain can settle into, because it always knows what's coming next. One big problem with traditional isochronic pulses, however, is that the tone is turned on and off very abruptly. Those sharp corners are discontinuities that the ear hears as a click, buzz, or strobing edge on every pulse. This provides a highly effective stimulus for the brain, but the producers of the MindLullaby believed it could be improved upon for a much more pleasant listening experience. So they employed powerful AI models to analyze numerous isochronic pulse waveforms seeking to improve these signals, and came up with what we call smooth pulses. There's a choice most people never think about: the shape of the pulse. A standard isochronic tone switches on and off abruptly. Full volume, then silence, then full volume again. Sharp edges. It's a strong, clear signal, and it works. But it also sounds like what it is: a slow, insistent tick, over and over, for the entire track. MindLullaby shapes those pulses differently. Instead of snapping on and off, each one swells, rising gently, holding, then easing away. Same rhythm, same even spacing, same steady signal your brain settles into. But instead of a click, it breathes. It's the difference between a light switch and a sunrise. Both get you there. Only one of them is something you'd want to fall asleep to. So here's what the producers of the MindLullaby would like to offer you. All three programs, sleep, relaxation, and stress relief, together for just $47. Think about what the alternative costs. A single sleep clinic visit, a month of prescriptions, years of subscription apps that quietly bill you forever. Against any of that, this is a small and one-time price to pay. And you're not risking anything to try it. The Mind Lullaby comes with a full 60-day money-back guarantee through ClickBank. Listen every night for 2 months. If you're not sleeping and relaxing better, if you don't feel the difference, you get every penny back. No forms to fight and no hard feelings. That means the only way to know is to try it. If it works, you get your nights back. If it doesn't, it costs you nothing. Let me leave you with the simple version. Your brain wants to follow a rhythm down into a restful state, to reach a place of relaxation, or to fall asleep. Whether that comes from steady pulses or beats, from relaxing music, or from a combination of the two, the Mind Lullaby gives it that rhythm, directly, gently, through any speaker you already own. A couple of questions which tend to come up often are, do I really not need headphones? And the answer is no, you don't. That's one of the main reasons the Mind Lullaby was built this way. Use them if you like, but your phone on the nightstand is fine. And another common question is this hypnosis? Or is something happening to me while I'm relaxed or asleep? And once again, the answer is no. Hypnosis is a state of focused attention and heightened suggestibility, usually induced through guided verbal instruction, known as a hypnotic induction. The idea is to create a hypnotic or trance state in which the person becomes hypersuggestible, and the hypnotist can plant suggestions directly into the unconscious without the critical mind analyzing or questioning its validity. The Mind Lullaby, on the other hand, is simply pleasant music with a gentle, steady pulse. Nothing is spoken to you within the Mind Lullaby tracks. Nothing is hidden. There are no mysterious suggestions implanted into your unconscious mind. You're always just you drifting off, guided by the progressively softening sounds. So whether it's sleep you're missing, calm you're chasing, or tension you're ready to put down, tap the button below and start with the Mind Lullaby tonight. Picture tomorrow morning, waking up before the alarm, rested, clear, like yourself again. That's what we want for you. Press play tonight, and let's get you there.